You've been asking us our whereabouts for the last all bloody night, really. Now you know where we were. Now, why don't you tell us what you're doing here?
Your friend and colleague, Melissa Foster, has been found murdered.
The house where the murder took place is owned by a former government minister, at present on a working holiday in New Mexico, attending a seminar on the advantages of bean curd to a balanced third world diet. When he finally stopped being hysterical, he said the house had been on the market for over a year, 2.2 million, if we're interested, and that it was in the hands of 3 estate agents. That's a lot of keys.
Safe deposit key. Car keys. Dr. Selwyn Swanton, Harley Street. Appointment for Guy Foster yesterday. 1:15. This I do not understand.
Clean. No fingerprints. 4 bullets fired. Firing pin filed down. Not enough to notice, but enough not to fire.
So, a very sick sod who knew about guns and how to make sure they didn't go bang. Bag him.
What fun her final few seconds must have been, feeling that she had something resembling half a chance with a gun in her hand.
Might just as well have gone.
Bang. That was very good.
Well, considering where I come from, you see, the black kids were always the cowboys. We were the red Indians.
What about the real Indian children? What were they?
Oh, they ran all the trading posts. Post-mortem.
Oh, no, Edward. God, no, you don't want to see that. Not with such beauty. They go in there like a Botticelli, they come out like a Francis Bacon.
Melissa called me on her mobile phone.
What time would that be?
I don't know precisely. It was the last thing I was thinking of. You can check it, her phone in the flat, phone records.
We can't find her phone, Mr. Foster. It wasn't with her.
I can't remember, but it should have been.
It wasn't.
However, your wife was clearly frightened on the phone.
Yes. It was a bad line. As if the battery was going down. But it wasn't that bad that I couldn't tell she was terrified. In fear for her life.
You want a doctor? You do have a doctor, apparently. We found an appointment card in your wife's handbag, Mr. Foster, in your name for a Mr. Selwyn Swanton, Harley Street, yesterday afternoon.
I didn't go. I nearly did, but I didn't.
Why?
I think that's a subject of the strictest confidentiality between me and the doctor I do not have and have never seen.
Easily checked, Mr. Foster. Verified.
Check it. And verify it, too.
Interview stopped, tape switched off at 2:42 a.m. We have to take you down to the cells. There's a bed there. And listen to me. I give good, albeit unsolicited advice, and you need a solicitor.
I haven't got a solicitor. I don't want a solicitor.
What do you want, Mr. Foster?
Nothing. Nothing that you could even begin to give me.
If you do want anyone, it's not too late.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Evening, Bill.
You got no patience at all.
The batter gets buggered if you wait.
Precisely why I have a pie. So what do you think, Eddie?
I don't like pies.
Makes no sense.
I'm sorry, but I've never liked pies. What?
We're not talking about meat pies unless you're thinking of Sweeney Todd.
You're being oblique again, aren't you? I hate it when you go all oblique.
Strange house. No fingerprints on the murder weapon. Portable phone missing. Interesting to see what forensic come up with in Guy Foster's clothes. Infinitesimal spray of powder or blood, or splinter of bone.
You're putting me off my fish, you know that, don't you?
And if his wife phoned, well, must have been minutes, seconds even, before she died. And whoever called 999...
It was an old woman, you heard the playback. She heard gunshots, went doolally down the phone.
Oh, excited, I know. But that excited that she wanted to make her phone number untraceable before she made the phone call? That sort of phone call?
Yeah. If I was an old lady today, I would do exactly the same. Old ladies are scared. Your mum's scared, my mum's scared.
Maybe so, but my guts are telling me that there's something wrong.
Your guts are telling you that you haven't eaten for 12 hours. They're telling you to open the bag and eat your pie.
Yes, that's him. But couldn't this have waited?
No.
And it is Mr. Foster, and you did see him?
Yes, I saw him, not particularly to his satisfaction, or to mine. Not an easy man.
In what way?
Well, he didn't want to be there. Only there because his wife made the appointment. I knew his wife, socially. Slightly. Some time ago, when she wasn't his wife. Seemed to be with a racing driver, Don Page. But then people often make the wrong decisions, choices.
So, Mr. Foster...
I only saw him as a favour to Melissa.
And your opinion?
Off the record? Mm-hmm. The woman had every right to be worried. Actually, to give him his due, he was worried as well. Deeply depressed, prone to bouts of verbal violence, threat of physical violence. Also suspect he was drinking heavily. My notes go into more detail, but they are where I should be now, so if you'll excuse me and yourselves...
You prescribe anything?
Tranquilizers. I presume something has happened to him.
Oh, something has happened, but not to him.
What, Melissa?
I'm afraid she was murdered late last night, Mr. Selwyn Swanton.
Oh, I don't believe you. Oh, I'm sorry. Obviously, I do believe you. I simply can't believe it. And her husband, I suppose he's helping you with your inquiries?
I couldn't have put it better myself, sir. We want to, How do you feel this morning?
Try and imagine.
Not one of my particular strengths, I'm afraid. More the perspiration kind than the inspiration type. That's me. Though it does have its advantages. I just have one, and only word to describe it as terrible. We just have one terrible thing to ask of you. We require formal proof of identity of your wife.
I never want to see her again.
Okay. Sure. We would like to search search the flat.
Search away. I'm sure you don't need me or my permission.
Prefer it if you were there.
I don't care.
You get to wear proper clothes.
My own clothes.
The forensic are playing with yours, I'm afraid. Well, we do have a decent wardrobe upstairs, all washed and ironed and so forth.
Why not?
Oh, yeah, and before I forget, just remind me again. You never kept that appointment with the doctor, is that right?
That's right.
All right. What are you doing? How much does she work? How much does she work? Stop. Let her through. Let her be charged. Camera. Let her be charged.
Change your clothes if you want to. We'll
Any significance to this picture being off the wall, Mr. Foster?
Yes, to me. But not to you or your inquiries. Have you any idea what you're looking for?
Nope. Not a clue. Have a drink. Have several drinks, I would. Hello?
Late as ever, George.
Get me Gary. I need Gary.
It's his day off.
Not now, it isn't. Do you have any idea where he might be?
Oh, yeah.
Would you go and find him for me, Edward? I'll look after Mr. Foster. Who were these?
In a drawer, in the hallway.
Oh, yes, but I keep my medicine in exactly the same place. It makes sense, really. Where would a woman keep her hats?
You're wanted. Now. Day off or not.
Okay. Well, come and have a coffee and let me finish.
I am not going in there.
And frankly, this cannot go on. It cannot continue. Because the only way that it will continue will be with more deaths. Murders. Whoever this is, he or she, thinks that he or she hasn't finished. But it has got to stop. And it is up to us to do everything, and I mean everything that we can, to stop it. Now, all the technological stuff I want you to go through, Gary. Right? I want access to inland revenue, customs and excise, county courts, writs, debts, the works. And remember, if anyone from any of the banks gets precious, the banks have a legal requirement to report strange transactions, so you don't wait for them, you find out. And this mess, these murders in South Africa and Stevie Charleston's in Regent's Park, there is a link, and maybe more than the obvious one. Wherever these people live and breathe and work, I want it swept clean. There's a man or a woman out there who's enjoying all this because this is a seriously sick animal who thinks it has a sense of humour. Well, I want that smile wiped. Need a bit of luck, Edward. And soon.
Boss!
Don Page Penthouse Suite, going once, going twice.
Yeah, I've got all that, but this South Africa stuff...
No, Don Page, please.
Cash deal, rich Arab family. Not a problem for them. Agreement was they paid off his mortgage and gave him $500,000 in cash. Gave it to him yesterday afternoon. They've still got a bargain. He must have dropped $300,000 on the deal he could have had if he'd been prepared to wait.
Whatever Don Page is, get him found.
You heard. Get Don Page.
Right now, South Africa.
I've talked to the detective in charge of the Cape Town double murder. The murder weapon, which was never found, was a 7-shot Beretta.
A woman's gun.
Melissa Foster's gun was a 7-shot Beretta.
Wasn't capable of firing bullets. A small point, but...
That's now, but what about then? And?
There's more.
Oh, come on, boss.
Oh, sorry, Gary, sorry.
Because the bodies in Cape Town weren't discovered for maybe 2 weeks. The post-mortem can't be precise about the time of death, but it was almost certainly on the 12th or 13th of the month. The cruise ship that Melissa Foster was on docked in Cape Town on the 12th.
Melissa Foster was not alone on that cruise ship.
I know, but what...
Excellent, Gary, excellent, excellent, excellent. We'd be lost without you. Right. Build up that firing pin.
I could get the South African police to check on the hire car places for the day of the 12th. The murders were committed over 20 miles outside the city centre. Need transport.
Right. Do that. Right. Get that firing pin built up. Fire some bullets, see if they match the bullets fired in Cape Town or in its far outskirts. Isn't it funny how information comes like buses? You're not finished yet, are you?
It may be nothing, but there was a death on board that boat later on during the cruise. Man overboard, dressed as Rhett Butler. Fancy dress party.
Oh, I'm glad there was a reason.
Wasn't found for some time and not discovered missing until the ship docked. But the last person seen talking to him was a man dressed as Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, God. Oh, God, go on, tell me.
Guy Foster won first prize in the fancy dress as
Humphrey Bogart. So, Gary, if you've got any more information, please give me 10 minutes. My memory's just gone down.
All right, but don't forget that this was Guy Foster's second marriage. And his first ended when his car went over a cliff. In Cape Town. Yes.
Think he's got any friends, or Gary?
Oh, yeah, lots. But they all come with 13 amps and a manual.
Don Page was not in Cape Town and he wasn't on that cruise ship.
2 letters? Could be 2 each and a penalty shootout for Rhett Butler.
Yeah, we'll see. But the one that I'm feeling great pity for now is Guy Foster. Can't show it, though.
No. Mustn't show that. Where are we going?
See Guy Foster.
I was in love.
What's it like?
You don't know.
I did. I thought I did. Actually, I did. I was. In love. And then I wasn't.
Ever thought that love is blind?
Are you talking to him or me?
You?
Why?
I've often found it was.
What is this, a Lonely Hearts Club?
As in, you know, you think you know someone and then you don't.
When I first met Melissa, I can remember almost exactly what she said to me. That if we were really clever, we would never get to know each other. I thought she was talking about the excitement of seeing each other again when we'd been away from each other. As we often were.
I'm all right.
I think you're going to have to face some harsh home truths about your wife, Mr. Foster. It seems apparent to me, or to us, that Melissa Foster did not always confine herself to the right side of the law.
You don't know, do you, that your wife had nearly £190,000 in various bank accounts?
That we could find.
In this country.
Is that a crime?
I don't want to pursue this point, but anyone, man or woman, who is found full of bullets in a strange house is likely to be doing more than trespassing. Now, why would your wife have a safe deposit box? Why didn't she tell you about it?
Other than she didn't want you to know.
And what do you think she would have in that safe deposit box?
Secrets.
Whatever they were.
Her secrets. Someone else's secrets.
And perhaps somebody killed her for those secrets.
Look! As far as I ever knew, she was doing nothing that she shouldn't have been doing except wasting her time and her talents on a job and her friends. All that was about to stop.
As in cease and desist forever.
It's my fault!
But I knew she was nervous about something. And I'd never seen her nervous before.
And I didn't do the only thing that she ever asked me, and all that was to be there.
She said that if I was there, she could get through the night. And then the world would be ours. We could go anywhere, do anything. You know I didn't kill my wife, don't you?
Few certainties in life, Mr. Foster. But no. No, I don't think for 1 second that you did. In fact, been thinking for some time that we've been keeping a man in a cell in a paper suit who doesn't belong there.